Williams.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I rise on behalf of New Zealand First on the South Taranaki District Council Cold Creek Rural Water Supply Bill. We prepared, New Zealand First, to recommend this go through to committee stage for further consideration, but we do equally have some concerns about some aspects of this bill. Water is a basic human right, and here in New Zealand it is something that we all know is abundant in our country, but on the other hand is a precious resource and something that we must all be very mindful of taking good care of. And in this respect, it is very clear that over many, many years, the people in this district have tried to provide for themselves with a subsidised scheme with government and their own means, and through the former Egmont County, to provide this reticulated water scheme to service the farming community, but also something like 540 consumers as well as two marae in the area. However, Mr. Chairman, I echo the comments of some of the other members earlier in this debate that there are some concerns about perhaps some of the ways that this has got to this House today. And when I look at some of the literature that has been placed before me, which refers to such things as the battle for Cold Creek water going back several years, and how this has been somewhat controversial in the local community, pros and cons in terms of leaving it with the South Taranaki District Council or moving it into the private company, the Cold Creek Community Water Supply Company. There certainly are some issues around perhaps the methodology by which it has got to this point today. I am equally concerned that the minutes of the South Taranaki District Council of Monday the 15th of August 2011 does refer to some discussions with the Mayor and Council there and the executive of the South Taranaki District Council, which in a sense indicated that if they were not happy to go along with this and divest of this water reticulation scheme to this company, then steps would be made to have it put through Parliament anyway. I equally am a little bit aghast to see comments like that in the minutes of a local authority. I was witness to bother boy tactics myself as a mayor of the fourth largest city in this country, where similar standover tactics were taken to muscle us out of local government in Auckland. And it is very concerning to see similar tactics, in a sense, being used to basically put the pressure on to say, if you don't comply with us, the local authority, then we will just simply ride roughshod over you and do it anyway. That is a worry in this country, Mr. Speaker. I've witnessed it only too many times from my own local government perspective, and it is a worry in this country if that is the way central government is going to work with local government. We've seen this week again that local government is being chopped off at the knees by the Minister of Local Government, or what was the former, as of today, the former Minister of Local Government. We all have concerns about costs of local government to infrastructure, to our communities for the provision of amenities and services. However, I think, as I said in my previous speech on the previous bill regarding Stewart Island, central government must work with local government for the betterment of this country. And I certainly do not appreciate seeing situations arising where representatives of this House could be construed as providing pressure on local government to comply, or they will be walked over. So we will support this going through to the committee stage, but we will be asking some of those very same questions to ensure that this is in the best public interest, that the public funds are being well utilised in terms of how this is divested and moved across to the private company scheme, that if any public money has gone into the scheme over the years, it should be repaid to the source that it came from, rather than this particular private company, or company as it stands, getting a benefit from public funds. So, Mr. Chair, we'll support it going to committee stage, but we do raise some alarm bells around some of the issues.
Call Jackie Dean. Mr. Speaker, this is an interesting question which is raised for us. And